Hello all, this is Savan Sharma. The video is about introduction about creating a Puppet master and a Puppet client on the Docker container. Okay, so the text of this video is as mentioned. In this video, I'm gonna introduce the installation of Docker on AWS EC2 instance. Then we'll be pulling Puppet image from Docker Hub. Then we'll be doing installation of Puppet master and node container. Then we'll be configuring Puppet master and nodes. Then after this we'll be testing the connection between the master and node. We'll next check out the logs that are being found, and then we'll save the Docker container. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so I have created one EC2 instance named as testing, so I'm gonna use this. Below is my IP, so I'll be connecting it using the putty. Okay, so this is my EC2 instance. I'm logged in with root user. So on this system, on this instance, I'll be installing the Docker container. And after installing, let's do the installation. Okay, so the Docker has been installed here. Let me just start the Docker daemon. So let me write the command. Okay, so I have started the Docker daemon. So we'll now be pulling the Docker Puppet image on this server. So let's for this I need to log in to Docker Hub. So I'll be doing Docker login. Okay, so this is my username, Savan Sharma. So I'm just logging in with my username. Okay, it is done. So now I'll be fetching the Puppet image. So I'm gonna type the search image command for searching the Puppet image as okay. So I have these images which I can use to create the Puppet master and Puppet node. So here I'll be using this, I'll be pulling this image as it seems okay for me. So let's pull it and perform the next operation. Okay, so as you can see that I have one image on my instance, so named as DevOps Puppet. So we'll be using this DevOps Puppet to create the Docker, to create the Puppet master container and Puppet agent container. Okay, so let's check whether any Docker image is already being running on this instance or not. So the command for this is docker ps-a. So as of now, as you can see that no container is being running. So let's run this container and let's create two containers, one for Puppet master and one for Puppet client. Okay, so let's write a command to create the Docker container from the Docker image. So docker just okay, so the command is Okay, so the command is docker run hyphen name master. I'm giving it name as a master and having host name as master.test.com, and I'm running it in interactive mode. Okay, so in interactive mode, then I'll be giving my image name. So my image name is DevOps Puppet, and I'll be running it using the bash. Okay, so it's the so this is the Puppet master container that has been created. So let's check the let us check the host name. So host name for this is master.test.com, as we have mentioned in the above command. Okay, so for this we need to configure, so let's configure it. So for configuration we need to update the two files. One is host, that is present in etc host, and second is network, which is present in etc sysconfig directory. Okay, so let's first update the host file under etc directory. So vi host. So here we need to mention the IP of client node also, client Puppet client also. So I'll be mentioning the Puppet client ID, which would be 0.3. So I'll be mentioning the client host name, so cl.ent.test.com, and this is client cl. CLIENT client. So actually space means we can use either client or test.com, or we can use only client. So there would be two names associated with the particular IP here. Okay, so I have updated the host file. Now let's update the network file under etc sysconfig network. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, cd etc sysconfig. Okay, okay, so we'll be updating this network command. Okay, so here the host name is localhost.local domain. So we'll be updating our master host name with space. So the host name will be master.test.com. Okay, so it's been done, and now we'll be installing Puppet server here and Vector, so that it would act as Puppet master. Okay, so here we will be installing the Puppet server. So the command for it is yum install Puppet server. Okay, so it is now installing the Puppet server. Okay, so let's just check the status of Puppet server, and let's just start it. So service Puppet master start. Okay, this Puppet master has been installed. So now we need to configure the Puppet master so that it would connect to the agent. So for the Puppet master configuration, the file is placed under the etc Puppet and named as the name, and it is named as puppet.conf. Okay. Sorry. Well, the file is puppet.conf, so we'll be updating it. So this is the file. So here we need to define a variable named as cert name. So I'm defining a variable named as cert name is equals to our master host name. So my master host name is master.test.com. So yeah, I must just a second. Yeah, it is master.test.com. Okay, so I have updated the puppet.conf. Now let me just restart this. So service puppet master restart. Okay, so service master is restarted. So now we'll be creating another container from the Docker image that we have pulled for the client configuration. So let me just proceed with creation of Puppet client. Okay, so this is my new terminal for setting up Puppet client. So let me just go through the Docker container that are already running on. So Docker ps-a. Okay, so as you can see, there is only one container which is running, named as master. So now we'll be creating another container for the Puppet client. So let's proceed. So Docker images. Okay, so let's create a container. Docker run -- name. I'll be naming it as a client. -h. I'll be giving host name as client.test.com, and I'll be running it in interactive mode. So IT, then the Puppet, then the Docker image name, and I'll be running it via bash. So this is my client container. Okay, so here also we'll be doing the same thing which we have done earlier for master. So we'll be configuring the two files. First is network and second is host. So let me configure it. Okay, as you can see, we have this IP for the client, which we have already mentioned it for in the Puppet master. So the similar thing I'll be doing here for the Puppet master. I'll be mentioning the IP for Puppet master here. So master.test.com, and another name is master. Okay, so the host file is updated. Now we'll be updating etc file under etc network. Okay, sorry, the file is under etc sysconfig, so cd etc sysconfig, and the file is network, so vi network. Okay, so here I'll be mentioning the host name for the client machine. Okay, so the host name for client machine is client.test.com. Done. Now here, as we have installed Puppet server in the for the master, here we'll be installing the Puppet agent. So let me just install the Puppet agent. As you can see that Puppet agent has been installed. So let me check it via restarting the Puppet agent. So Surface Puppet start. Okay, so Puppet agent has been installed here and is running successfully. Now we need to make the configurational changes here, as we have done for the Puppet master under the puppet.conf file. So okay, so here I'll be updating the server name and I'll be giving the name of the master so that it can identify its master. Okay, as you can see that I've mentioned the master, the host name of the master container. So let me just write this file. So our file has been updated. Okay, now one thing that we should consider that our Puppet master and agent should ping each other. So let me just check if they are pinging each other or not. So yes, my master is pinging from client, and the same thing I'll be doing for the master. So I'll be pinging the client from master. So yes, it is pinging. Okay, now we need to test. We need to send a request for signing a certificate from client to master. So let me just send a certificate. The command for this is Puppet agent -test -server. Server name is just a second, agent -server. Server name is master.test.com and -, wait for cert is equals to 50. Okay, so let me just check this out. Okay, the command for sending the certificate is Puppet agent -server, then the server name, then wait for cert, and then test. Okay, so let's send it to the master. On the master side we need just wait, and on the master side we need to check if we have a certificate left, means we have certificate to sign. So Puppet cert list. So yes, here we have client.test.com as a certificate with which is being requested by our client. So let's sign this certificate using the command puppet dot cert dot sign and the host name for this. Okay, so as you can see, the signed certificate request for client. Okay, so it's been signed. Okay, so as you can see, it's been signed. Okay, now we need to create the site.pp file in manifest so that we can test our configuration, whether our agent is being updated as per our master request. So let's go and create it. cd etc puppet manifest okay, yeah, so we need to create this manifest in master. So let's go to the master, cd manifest. Okay, so here we'll be creating files named as site.pp, where we will be defining all the configuration changes, where we'll be defining all the changes that are required to have. Okay, so let me just create two files named as site.pp and test.pp. okay, as you can see, I have created the two files. So let me just show you what is happening. So in the site.pp, I have imported the test.pp file where all the changes means where all the manifest is written. Okay, so let me just show you the test.pp. okay, so this is test.pp. Here I have used resources named as package, file and service. Okay, so I'm ensuring that the OpenSSL package should be present, and if it is not present, that it should install in the agent. Then after this, I'll be checking a file named as SSH config. I'll ensuring that file is present under the path this and having the mode as this. Then this source means that the file should be overwritten from this path to this path. Means if I have an already existing file under this path, then it would be overwritten on this path. Okay, then another resource is service. So it is showing that the service should ensure running. Enable is true, means whenever reboot or restart happens, the service should be on. It is same as like check config. And the subscribe is whenever there will be any change in the file etc sysconfig, so the service would restart, and service will always be restarting whenever there will be any changes in the etc.sysconfig file. Okay, so I have created the manifest here. Now let me just go on the agent and try to run my Puppet agent, try to run these changes. So let's run this command again. Okay, so what is saying, could not evaluate. It is saying the file SSH config means okay. So so we have got this error, means skipping because the field dependencies error, as in the master file we have a dependency name of sysconfig file, means the file etc sysconfig sysconfig should be present, then it would work. So this is because of this is the error. And one more thing, the package name is OpenSSH server. So initially I have mentioned it as a OpenSSL. So we are going to test it with OpenSSH server. So here I have on the client side I have created SSH file under etc directory. So let me just show it to you. Okay, so as you can see, SSH config is the file. Okay, so let me just make the changes here so that it should be overwritten after installing the port. This is the by default default file, and this is the default port. So let me just uncomment it and make some changes in the port number. Suppose it is 221. Okay, so let me again run the agent test command. So let puppet agent -- test -- server. Server name is master.test.com - wait for cert equals to 50. Okay, before this just check whether the service is installed or not. So service SSHD status. So right now the service is not installed. So let me just run this command. Okay, so it is installing the service. Okay, as you can see, it has overwritten this change, means it has deleted the line having the port number 22, and it has appended the line having the port number as 221. Okay, so let us now just check the service. So service SSHD status. So the service is now running. Okay, so let me also check the sysconfig file. Okay, so cd ssh. So this is SSHD sysconfig file. Cat sysconfig grep 221. Okay, so the port name has been changed from 22 to 221. So this is this means that our Puppet client and Puppet master working fine. So now to view the logs, we need to make some changes in the etc sysconfig. So vi Puppet, there is a file. So here we need to make the changes in, we need to uncomment this Puppet log. So if you want to have specify any location where you want to get the syslog at different location, you can specify it here, but as of now this location is fine for me. So let me just make it uncomment. Okay, so this will give error whenever there is any issue while connecting to master, or whenever there is any SSL connection issue. So when there is no issue, then in this case it will only give you the agent ID. So let me just restart the Puppet agent and let's check the log. So this Puppet restart. Okay, so it's been restarted successfully. cd var log Puppet. Okay, so as you know, the log has been created. So let's check it. Cat yeah, as you can see that it is reopening log file starting Puppet client version. So this is the enable, means these are the logs that has been created. Okay, so our demo has been completed. So let's exit it from this. Okay, so now we can save this container for a further use. So docker ps-a. So this is my client and master containers. So let me just save both these containers. So just save it using the command docker commit. So as you can see that it's been committed. So if you will check the images, you will find this as an image. Okay, named as this. The image ID is this. You can give your name while committing this. So this is that's it for now. Thank you all, and leave your valuable comments below. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.